Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel Anna Bella, and today I'm going to be reviewing Doctor Who series or season 12, whichever you prefer, episode 7, Can You Hear Me? Just so you're aware, this review comes with a mental health warning. I have links to the BBC's action line on mental health in the video's description below. Please do check it out because this video covers sensitive issues. I'm just putting that out there, because the episode did as well. First point, there was a classic Doctor Who reference to the Celestial Toymaker in this. The Celestial Toymaker is a celestial immortal being. So there is precedent for having two Celestials, and they also talked about the Guardians. In Doctor Who there was the Black Guardian who was bad and the White Guardian who was good, and they hung around with Peter Davison, the Fifth Doctor. That's just some classic Who lore there for you. So it was so nice to see two more immortals slash celestials in this episode. Kind of reminded me of Buffy and the Gentleman a little bit, and obviously the Silence, as you can see them behind me there, with the man and his fingers going into people's ears and sucking out their nightmares. How creepifyingly creepy. Suitably though, yes, this episode definitely was not for children under the age of 8. Only a watch with adults, so hence why Doctor Who is a 12 in the UK and a PG-13 in America. If not, it should be. So yes, it was really creepy, and it was an interesting episode because it split the Doctor from her companions, because originally I thought, oh, we're going to have a historical time in Aleppo in Syria. Also very topical at the moment, because at the moment Syria is having a civil war, as we all know. So I thought that was really interesting. And we went back in time, and it mentioned how in Islam, people with mental health conditions, Islam, and in the Muslim world, people who had mental health conditions were treated very kindly by their system of healthcare, which at one point was a world leader in mental health. Just pointing that out and it also was a world leader in physical health as well, much more advanced. So is their maths, but that's history. This is Doctor Who review. Anyway, I'm just pointing those facts out, so it was nice to have those. I really like the fact that we had, spoiler alert for the episode, a goddess trapped between two planets in a prison ball. I thought that was a genius idea. I absolutely loved it. Lots of things got inverted in this episode about expectations, and that was quite surprising, how they needed the Doctor to release her. Loved it. Loved how I want to call him like Fear or a dream maker, but we've had like the Fear, I don't know, it reminded me of the Fear Demon, though in Buffy the Fear Demon was very small. And we've had that sort of like dream maker before during 11th Doctor's era. That's interesting. So we always have these kind of dream slash nightmare episodes, but this was so good because it had some celestials or immortals in, and I thought that was really good. Another thing I liked about it is how it was very grounded. You had Graham, who was worried about his cancer and the fact he couldn't save his wife Grace from dying. Loved that. You had Ryan, who was worried that he was neglecting his friends. Then you had Yaz, who clearly had some kind of mental breakdown at one point due to the fact that she felt the pressure of living up to being the perfect girl was just too much. And I thought that was really real and kept it grounded and centered and anchored in the episode. I really enjoyed this episode. I know some people might not have, but it was a nice blend of sort of like Doctor Who lore, Buffy, and it also reminded me of Charmed, especially with like a bald-headed man with tattoos, very demon-esque, and the fact that he was sort of popping up like a Dementor with that smoke. Yeah. Harry Potter meets Charmed meets Doctor Who blended with Buffy. Yeah, that's this episode with a mental health message, just to keep us all grounded. I enjoyed it. Out of 5, I would give this episode a 5. It's the strongest one yet. I know some people go, oh, but it's not Doctor Who though, is it? I was like, it's evolved and changed. And actually Doctor Who does have a history of having these elementals. It's just that we now have it more grounded and centered in reality. I know people would like to go back to the Rose Tyler days where you had Jackie Tyler, and that helped ground it and keep it very centered, but it was still very in the Who-niverse. This made it very personal, and that's what's so interesting about the 13th Doctor, as played by Jodie Whittaker, as 10 years Doctor, is they've made it very real, what's happening in real life is reflected within Doctor Who. So we're having both the present, the past, and the future all blended together in this timey-wimey way. Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. Who knows? Yeah, it was brilliant. And it's like this fusion, and this is what Doctor Who should be. It should be this fusion of the past, the present, and the future all blended together in a nice wibbly-wobbly, paradoxical mess. And did you notice that, like, the TARDIS has got those gorgeous orange, like, support arches? One wants to say flying buttresses, but they look like fingers. It was really kind of creepy towards the end, like those crystal orange fingers leaning over the TARDIS. I actually love the 13th Doctor's TARDIS. It's lovely, and the fact it's got those not octagons but hexagons all twizzling round, and the round things, but they don't have the round things. That's the first Doctor thing. We love the round things, worship them. Anyway, I really enjoyed the episode. I felt that each individual character had a character story that went through, particularly the girl that they found in Aleppo. It was really great how that character wasn't used or wasted, that she actually had a purpose to the plot and it moved the story forward. And I really liked that, how each character was there to do a job. Like Ryan's best friend was there to support Ryan. Yaz had the big meal with her sister too, about the event that caused her breakdown or near breakdown or collapse. Even though it wasn't a breakdown, she found that she couldn't move forward, that she had to flee to the comeback. I thought that was really interesting. It was good. It was all good. You had Graham's issues. So it was really good. I enjoyed it. I thought it made its points well. It was a well-written episode, and it was enjoyable. Even a bit creepy. There was some good jump scares there. People, it was creepy. Anyway, I'm going to give it 5 out of 5. Please like, comment and subscribe, and check out the mental health BBC website, link below in the description box, if you are having those kind of issues, because everybody has those from time to time. Everybody has dark moments and they feel that you can't go on, but you can. You just have to keep going. Sometimes the routine really helps as well. Just sticking to the routine. I know it may sound boring, but actually the routine can get you through the day. So please like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for the support, and I really enjoyed this episode of Doctor Who, Can You Hear Me? Which is a really good title for the episode as well, because a lot of people with mental health issues feel that people can't hear them. And it was interesting that they brought up the fact about self-service checkouts in the supermarkets. I really like those because it means queuing time is reduced, but obviously some people don't because they want to go out and talk to a person, even if it's just how much are these Tic Tacs. It's a simple conversation, because otherwise we're sort of like either trapped at work or we're trapped at home in our little boxes. So that's interesting as well. I really enjoyed this episode. Thought it brought up some good points. It was good to actually see Graham having friends, Ryan with his friends, and Yaz with her sister. I felt that it made them more three-dimensional companions, and it also allowed the Doctor some alone time, because I feel that these three companions, when the Doctor is with them, the Doctor feels that she has to like lead them and be the Doctor in a kind of like supportive role, where we've never really had that before. And the other Doctors, it's like they've just been the Doctor all the time, whereas I feel the 13th Doctor is really kind of socially awkward, and that might be because she's recently changed her gender, so it's a bit kind of confusing. She doesn't quite know how being female fits with her social interaction. That's what I'm picking up. Or maybe she's just got Asperger's syndrome. Who knows? New brain structure every time you regenerate. But I think that that's interesting within itself. Please like, comment and subscribe. And thanks for the support. Also check out the notification bell. Bye!